City Wrestling.
Oh yeah! Welcome to Grind City Wrestling, episode 273. Man, what? I am Dustin Starr. Be sure to follow us at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching, especially right here on YouTube. Check out the archives, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. Last week, we seemingly trashed the entire AEW Dynasty card and then invited others to come and watch it with us. So this week, we're going to find out if we were correct, and we've got a ton of news to get to, including best wrestling that we watched all week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's bell time. Introducing first my co-host, my tag team partner. He is a local business owner. And then also, you might see him inside a UFC cage every now and then. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Eric McMahon. What's up, E?
I want to know, what does it feel like to be in the presence of greatness?
Here we go. I was going to ask you the same thing, actually. Be sure to follow Eric on Twitter.
I know you did. I know you did.
At _Mac Life. What's going on? We haven't talked to you, I think, since the off season. So what's going on?
Man, dude, and as you know that, and probably Devin certainly knows, all of us here, when that off season ends, it's catch up time. So those first few weeks after the off season are busier than the damn season. I don't know how that happens.
Totally, absolutely. Well, that's because you're not confined to FedEx Forum for however many hours that entire day. You can do all the other stuff that you couldn't do before.
Yeah. So anyways, just playing catch up, man. Dude, I'm T-ball coach, I'm business owner, I'm referee, a husband to a pregnant wife. It's crazy.
Did you watch wrestling this week?
Intermittently.
Okay. Well, our third man in the trio, he definitely watched some wrestling this week. He actually pulled up at the Memphis Wrestling Wrestle Center on Sunday. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker. Baby.
Oh, and I might have the worst camera in America, bro. We posted that reel this weekend.
That just made it worse, bro.
Yeah, bro. I gotta go get a lens.
You smeared whatever it was.
Yeah, I feel like I have the worst camera in America.
That's better.
I saw that reel we posted, and I was like, bro, I look like I'm in a 90s Motorola phone. But whatever. Tomato.
Flip phone central. Devin Walker, baby.
Yeah, bro.
8-bit D Walker.
I know, right? Hey, I got 3 words for y'all, bro. 3 words for y'all. Y'all ready? Whoop that trick.
Get him.
That trick.
Get him.
That trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. And you don't know why I'm saying that when we get to our best wrestling of the week. You hear me?
I know exactly why you're saying that. Speaking of whoop that trick, there's another reason. You pulled up at the Wrestle Center on Sunday, sold out. We sold every seat in the house. Buff Daddy Bagwell was there. What'd you think, man? It's been a minute.
It was dope. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been to the Wrestle Center. It's always lit, bro. It's always electric.
How did he look?
Bro, it was kind of funny. Actually, he gave me a compliment on my shirt. He saw my shirt, 5-star. He was walking out, I guess, after the autograph signing, and I was walking back in, and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Yo." He was like, "That's a good shirt." He's like, "That's a good shirt." He said, "They didn't make many of me, but that's a good one." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go, brother. Let's go." So I got some love. I wore a 1999 Buff Bagwell WCW shirt.
Word.
So yeah.
Yeah. So Devin,
how did Buff Daddy look? Did he look good? Like, because he's clean, according to the Dark Side of the Ring. He's clean. He's doing great. He's getting back in shape.
For his age, bro, and for him having a boot on, he looked good. You could tell y'all put him in a situation where he would be straight. Like
you can tell by the miles that he's rode, he looks good though.
Yeah. It was a little spot in there where I was like, oh shit, he looked like he about to take the strap off or something, bro. He got a little spot in there where he had like 4 different clotheslines, and I'm like, okay, Buff Daddy, I see you.
Yeah. No spoilers, but Buff Daddy did look good.
Shout out,
looked healthy. Yeah, man, the crowd showed up for him. Literally every single seat was sold. Now there are these crazy maniacs that sit on the wall, Eric, and they have like 30 tickets. They buy the whole side. And they sent me a message because they watch and listen to the podcast, and they're like, hey, they know the Devin Walker baby, if he doesn't have a seat, then he's going to be in trouble because they see how full it gets. So they literally sent me a message and said, hey, you tell Devin Walker we got his back. He could come stand and sit with us. So, man, they pulled you into the group. What was it like being over there?
Man, them dudes are wild as hell. Shout out to them, bro. The whole group. They are, bro. When you
Buddy Jones, Brandon, and the whole group.
Real wrestling fans, bro. They turn the Wrestle Center up every single time, bro. Like they create the energy in the Wrestle Center that like kind of resonates and people kind of follow behind them. So shout out to the crew. I wasn't really like joining the chants. I was just kind of like sitting in the corner, like watching. But bro, they were electric. So shout out to them for real.
Hey, you know what? And kind of related because you and Booker T have an affiliation with each other, right? You share talent, you do all that stuff, which is cool as can be. But I was watching the A&E and special of like Hidden Treasures where they go and try and find old memorabilia, right? And they were interviewing Booker T in his facility. Dude, that guy's facility is pretty dang cool, dude. He's got giant hang down screens and whatnot. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, man. He's got like a mini arena over there, and they just broke their attendance record. So he is killing it.
So it looks like Dustin Starr is leveled up with working with Booker T.
Hey, can you dig that, sucker? All right, we got a lot to catch up on. I'd love to talk Memphis wrestling the entire time, but we've got a lot of AEW, we've got WWE. So we're going to talk about what's going on in the news, big stuff coming up in Memphis wrestling. Speaking of Buff Bagwell, I'll tell you on the other side. Plus, we're going to talk about the best wrestling we watched all week. But first, check this out.
Thursday, May 9th, Bump and Grind Wrestling 2 returns to Lafayette's Music Room featuring Beer City Bruiser, James Ellsworth, Dylan McQueen, and the stars of Memphis Wrestling. Get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back. I said I had some big news coming up on May the 5th. That's Sunday. Not only is Buff Bagwell returning to Memphis Wrestling, but Scotty Riggs is coming with him. And the American males are reuniting in Memphis Wrestling. How crazy is this?
What is happening? What is happening? What is happening?
American males. American males. So like this stems from Dark Side of the Ring. Scotty Riggs is back. So we're going to incorporate him into Memphis Wrestling.
I love that story about how like Buff was off the rails and all this, that, and the other. And then he pulled Scotty Riggs out of the depths. Like one man out of the depth pulls himself out, pulls another man. Come on, man. Devin Walker, baby. Have a heart, brother.
Can we go to the best wrestler of the week, please?
We're bringing him in, and you know we're going to tell some stories with that. So anyways, that's coming up on May the 5th. All right, best wrestling we watched all week. E-Rock, you're up.
Devin Walker, give it to me. I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought of it yet. Even I should be prepared.
E-Rock is this kid in class where he does like the teacher asks for the homework. He's like, yo, let me see your paper right quick. Okay.
Yo, can I borrow a pen?
All right, Devin, you're up.
All right, so I'll go. I mean, of course, I brought up the whoop that trick thing. I'll talk about that last, but I'm gonna start with NXT, bro, and the spring break show, and I'm not going. Trick Williams wins the championship. That's probably like my gold medal. Trick Williams, he kind of full circle moment with him. He strikes first against Ivan Dragunov because remember the last pay-per-view when they fought for the belt, Ivan Dragunov hit him first and pinned him 1, 2, 3. So they did like a whole full circle story with that. Trick hits him first, 1, 2, 3. Crowd goes crazy. Camera shaking. Whoop, that Trick goes off. Shout out to Trick Williams. But my best wrestling of the week goes to, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but her name is Soruka.
Okay.
Soruka. Her finishing move is called the Soul Snatcher. I've never seen this move in life, bro. I need you to, 5-star, when you edit this podcast, I need you to put this move on the screen.
Okay.
I'll show it to y'all. And let me know have y'all ever seen this. Ready? You see it?
I see it. Okay, I've seen that. She does it out of the corner a lot.
The springboard flip reverse cutter. phenomenal. I think that's the best thing I saw all week, other than Tony Khan with his terrible sell job and getting hit by a microphone. But I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka and her Soul Snatcher finisher being the best wrestling I saw all week.
Okay, well there you have it, folks.
I don't know if this is the best wrestling of the week, but it's a topic.
Welcome to the party here.
Well, so I watched this on Monday, right? I said I watched intermittently. Man, it gets. There's not enough hours in the day. You know how that is, Dustin, right?
No kidding.
But, Becky Lynch. Okay, so okay, that's going to be my topic of discussion. Obviously, wins the women's battle royal. Champion.
I was shocked, by the way.
Right. And this is where I'm going with it. Are they trying to recapture lightning in a bottle with her? Because it seems like that was so 2000 and late at this point. So like reinventing the WWE under the Paul Levesque era, this seems like a very surprising move to me. And is it over with the fans? Like back in the day, it was over with the fans to chant CM Punk, even though he wasn't over. Does that make sense? And so is that the same with Becky Lynch?
Well, I'm surprised that Becky got it because Becky is very hard to beat because she's like a legend now, right? So I figured that Nia Jax being the monster heel could have gotten it because you can take it off a heel anytime. Or if Liv Morgan gets it, and I'm just talking about the final three here, if Liv gets it, Liv is easier to beat than Becky Lynch. Like, Becky is hard to beat. I know Rhea Ripley beat her at WrestleMania, and that's another reason I'm surprised that Becky got it, because clearly they didn't want to go in that story direction because they put it on Rhea Ripley, right? So I have no idea, but something's got to be planned because Becky's not necessarily a transitional champion in my mind. She's going to be hard to beat, like Charlotte. When she wins the title, like, who's going to beat her for it?
Yeah,
but I think Nia and Liv, on the other hand, you can beat them, is what I'm saying.
I think we reached Becky Lynch exhaustion for me, the man exhaustion. Because, I mean, it's cool, bro. It was cool for a while. Like when she came back after the baby and everything was cool. Like even like her doing the microphone thing backstage, and she just did the whole full walkout with the microphone. I thought that was cool. But when I saw her come out like that, I was like, yo, she's gonna win this. And I don't know why, but I think we've reached Becky Lynch exhaustion. She doesn't do it for me anymore, bro.
I was surprised, especially considering it's a battle royal. You don't have to lose a battle royal. You just get dipped over the top rope. So, I mean.
So my point is do you think they're trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle that they did, say, 2019, 2020 with the whole women's division? And so, hey, we need to, we need to elevate another star. It's Rhea Ripley right now holding the torch. We need to elevate somebody else, and we're trying to recapture that bottle like we did with Ronda, like we did with Becky, and we did with Charlotte, and trying to get that kind of trio. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think they don't have any. I think they looked at the roster on the women's division at Raw at that moment and didn't see anybody because the draft's this weekend, right? So I think the way the draft's going to work, maybe you get like a Bianca or you get like a Jade or you get like one of those stars on the same roster as Becky to maybe kind of use that to propel forward, right? Because I don't think Becky can be. I just don't think she can be your champion right now. I don't think so. It's just like
to break it to you. She is the champion right now.
I just Becky Lynch exhaustion, bro. I just don't.
Well, then at this point, who are the stars in the women's division? I mean, obviously you got. Well, let's take Becky Lynch out of there right now, right? We got Rhea Ripley, we got Bianca, we got Jade.
That's where it stops. Charlotte. She's coming back.
Charlotte, and then
Becky's in the group. I mean, that's some superstar power there, man. And then also all they have to do is put their pedal to the metal real quick on Naomi, and then she's already back in the title picture.
And Bailey, but it just
Bailey, she's the champ.
It's not what it was 2020, right? It's just
got
not.
Tiffy time. I can't wait for Tiffy time, guys.
Stop.
Oh no! Like she's going to be a major superstar.
I just don't think they don't have any it's very top heavy in the women's division right now. There's a lot of people just there. To me,
best wrestling that I watched all week. I'm going to be a homer. I was in the building at the Wrestle Center. That was the best wrestling that I watched all week. The people were absolutely freaking crazy. And that's all I got to say, because we've got a lot of news to catch up on, like AEW Double or Nothing is coming up on Sunday, May 26th. We just had AEW Dynasty. Of course, you can watch these pay-per-views absolutely free at Dave & Buster's. Plus, we'll hook you up with a free game card. Swerve Strickland is the new AEW champion. I'm just going to go through a little bit of news, and we can talk about it real quick, right? So Swerve's the new champ. Devin, you called it. No surprises?
Shout out Swerve, bro. The first black champion in AEW history. But then the weird thing, he goes on Dynamite last night and wrestles a random ass match. Like, what are we doing?
Thank you. It was cool that he recreated the Kobe picture. Yes. I like that. Very cool.
Stop doing that too, by the way.
But that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about with AEW. And I still watch and I still enjoy it. And I know that somebody actually came to me and said, hey, I'm going to go watch that pay-per-view with you that you guys trashed the other day on your podcast. I don't know that we were trashing. We were just saying, hey, are we interested in these? We're not really interested in the stories, but the matches were really good. I mean, Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay. I mean, Danielson's hurt. These guys went all out. Anything new to say about those guys?
It was cool, but like I said, bro, like I said, you have that crescendo, but then you have Swerve, who's the champion. Like I know they did the celebration for Nightingale, right? At the end of the show. Like,
which, by the way, is random because all of these characters that they're showing on this, they have not featured over the last couple of weeks or months. Not even, and I watch everything, and I just don't see, like, what's the manager's name? What's he going by now?
The bald dude.
Yeah. I haven't seen him what feels like forever, and then all of a sudden he's got this feature spot, and I just think there's a better way to tell the stories, but whatever. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, the Swerve thing was weird, but whatever. I'm glad Swerve won the belt. I'm glad Swerve getting his shine. But like I said, bro, I don't win a championship on Sunday or Saturday, and then on Dynamite, they don't even acknowledge the fact that I won the championship.
Wait, I'm like, what? What in the world are we doing here? I'm totally with you 100% on that. Jack Perry's back, so a lot of times I tell fans
we got to talk about that. We got to talk.
So listen, a lot of times I tell fans, don't be hating yet. Let this story unfold. Let the story develop. So we were talking about how dumb it was to air this footage and all that. Well, this dude, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, has gotten hot all of a sudden. It seems like now he's attacking Tony Khan in the ring. I wonder if the people tuned in.
I want to read a stat that came out in Forbes. I don't know if I'm jumping the shark, right? A stat that came out in Forbes this week. Forbes magazine, big financial magazine, right? And they listed the top combat sports companies, right? So for as much as we are, quote unquote, shitting on AEW of their non-directional direction, right? Let's say they're all over the place, this, that, and the other. All right. I'm going to read this. Number one, Ultimate Fighting Championship, $11.3 billion valuation. Number two, WWE, $6.8 billion valuation. Any guess which comes in at number three?
I know, I saw this.
AEW valued at $2 billion. So when I say all that to say this, we are storytellers, like all three of us. Devin, you work in social media. I work in promotion and production. Dustin, you're a wrestler. We work in storytelling, right? We are almost too qualified in some respect to be ultra nitpicking product because the marketplace is saying something different. And they're saying AEW is worth $2 billion from a company that started 5 or 6 years ago. Good on them. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. But with that being said, the internet wrestling community has kind of turned on them at this point. And then also Devin sent us a story that I know he wants to get to about
that's fake news, by the way. That's fake news, and you know it is too, Dustin. And
okay, look, I didn't send it to be I didn't send it to be negative. I just sent it because it's a headline and because it's the same thing WWE does for every live show they do.
And that's my point: is the people are just wanting to shit on AEW, and the marketplace is telling us something different because every company does that. Lead us off, Dustin. What are we talking about here?
Well, I'm finding the story so I can give the exact quotes. Now, every company does seat fillers, but this looked like it was hiring crowd fillers for their Jacksonville show. Now, whether they are or they aren't, if you've got trouble in your hometown, you know, this is like WWE going to Madison Square Garden and not selling out. You know, like this is their mecca is Jacksonville, Florida, and they're having trouble filling those seats. Why are the people not buying the tickets? The ratings each Wednesday are about 800,000, so they're not breaking the million, which 800,000 people is a lot of freaking people, right?
And the
So
metrics
why are
don't
people
bear
not
out
buying
like
the
they used
tickets?
to. And the metrics on viewing don't bear out like they used to.
Yeah,
Devin
'cause
Walker.
a lot of people watch this, consume stuff through different mediums. So so continue though. Continue.
It says the email explicitly seeks 50 people per night to attend as, quote, fillers. This week, AEW staging 2 shows at Daly's Place, boasting a capacity of 5,500 and only 2,400 seats are set up for Wednesday's event. So we've been saying, why are we running 17,000 seat FedEx Forum if we can't fill it up? So now they're running a 5,500 seat in their backyard at Daly's Place and was only at half capacity.
I mean, look, you can't expect them to fill up a freaking football stadium, bro.
No, absolutely not. But why book one though?
I mean, because it's Shah Khan's baby. So he, why not put it back?
And here's the deal. And bottom line is, I know it just like you know it, Dustin and Devin. When AEW came to town, they didn't put out some big marketing blitz. They didn't promote it heavy. They are a not for spectator product, right? There are 4 TV products and there are 4 in live person. And then you have the rarities of the UFC and the WWE that are both. But most are one or the other.
Just as a comparison, as not an apples to apples comparison, because they're much, much larger than what our Memphis Wrestling is. People ask me, when are you going to get a bigger facility because you're filling up what you got? No, we're a TV show. That's where we're going to record our television show. If we do a bigger show like Little Rock over the weekend, we were out at the Arkansas Travelers and had a huge crowd out there. We'll do the same thing on June 22nd at AutoZone Park. We do it at FX Forum. That's our bigger shows. So I guess what it is, if it's a television product, why not book a smaller venue and have a more intimate, rowdy crowd instead of booking something that's 17, 15,000 that you can only put. I think a number the other day was like 1,500. And so I don't want to shit all over AEW. I just want to say, why are they not buying the tickets?
Well, because they're going for legitimacy. Like when you hit live from FedEx Forum, it just means something.
No, I get it. But Devin, why are people not buying tickets to AEW? Like it is the train wreck.
I think it's they don't have. I think for like wrestling fans, right? I don't think they have the marquees that really draw people to really want to come out anymore. Like you have the AEW product, right? But you don't have any really like when you say AEW's coming to town, who am I coming to see? Like when WWE's coming to town, The Rock was here. You see Roman Reigns on the figurehead. You see names you recognize, bro. When AEW comes to town now, it's like, who the hell do I recognize? If I'm being honest, why is he raising his hand? What's happening?
You are right, Devin, but I'm gonna call that and raise you one over. AEW does not tell stories like WWE does. People are invested in stories. AEW, by all accounts, and I don't hate it and or love it, but it's a spot fest, right? That's why they're viewing it through different prisms. That's why they're consuming their media, and there's not stories. So people aren't invested in the stories. They like the product. $2 billion evaluation. They like the product. Guess what? They're not showing up because the story isn't there.
Hey, I will say this though too. Speaking of last night, we haven't even talked about last night about Tony Khan taking the microphone to the chest, him selling like 2 hours after it happened.
Terrible. Terrible.
But that's a story though, right? That's telling the story. That's what we asked for from AEW. And to piggyback on that, if you go on NFL.com this morning, which is the biggest sports conglomerate across bigger than NBA, bigger than MLB, bigger than that, bigger than this. It's the day of the NFL draft, and you go on their website and you scroll, you don't have to scroll far. And the headline says, Jaguars Tony Khan takes punch pile driver on AEW Dynamite show. So we took all this time to shit on AEW and this and that, but they have done a hell of a job of planting this story day before the NFL draft. Because now, guess what? Guess what? When the Jaguars make their pick tonight, if Tony Khan neck brace,
they'll talk about it. Yes. Okay. So that's where I was going with all of this. So, the fact that I tell the fans to wait. Just because you don't like it right now, just wait. They do it every year at WrestleMania. Whoever wins, they've got these huge obstacles that they have to overcome, and people get all mad about it and all that kind of stuff. So people, and we even talked about it, like, why would you air that footage? It makes no sense. CM Punk beating up your guy in the backstage area. But then it trickled over to New Japan. It got hot. Apparently, he was the #1 merch seller or something. They sold out of his stuff. Now, all of a sudden, he's back. He's on television. He's with the Young Bucks. He's got champions all around him. And he attacks Tony Khan. First time it's ever happened on AEW. And now this dude is getting all of this because of that. It's like very, very good. And the fact that it was announced that they were doing a reality TV documentary on Tony Khan going from wrestling right into the NFL draft, and there's this whole big thing, and so they planned this storyline to where those cameras were there to catch it, and applauding that's huge. So there's no telling what kind of publicity AEW is going to get off of this thing.
A lot of people watch the NFL draft, Rock. A lot of people watch the NFL draft tonight.
Brother, that punch to the gut.
So, no, he failed, then sold it. Like, he failed and said, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it's like,
he's like, "Oh, I got hit. Oh, I got hit." And I love the image at the end of his dad coming out, because like that's the one that kind of resonated with everybody, right? Because they're like, "Yo,
I know.
There's a chance that he doesn't even know his son's actually like this is a bit."
Right.
Totally. Yo, go out there, bro. Go out there. So, hey, shout out to AEW for putting this story together, because it's crossed over to the NFL. And
it was good.
I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to already air when this podcast gets released. How does AEW capitalize off this? Like you said, this part of the story is phenomenal. What do you do to build off of it? I'm ready to see what you do, AEW. Make some
Jaguars, Tony Khan takes punch pile drive on an AEW Dynamite show, and it was put up last night on NFL.com.
Is there anything else that I missed in the notes, or are we ready to get out?
I didn't get to talk about Trick Williams that much, but shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to Trick Williams. I know they were at one point they were trying to get a show in Memphis, and now this makes sense because Trick Williams is now the champion, and we know that the Wolf That Chick Trent originated here in the M. So shout out Trick, bro. I'm happy for him. I know Carmelo's gonna get called to the main roster now. Yvonne is gonna get called to the main roster because Imperium broke up. So we'll see if he joins Imperium. It's a lot of shit going on, bro. Wrestling, hey, we talked like 2 weeks ago, it was a dead period after Mania. But I think now we're in another kind of sweet spot where things are kind of moving. A lot of wrestling around us. We lit, bro. We lit.
Also, big shout out to Al Capone, because I know that's going to mean some money for him. I do expect them to purchase that song in some capacity to where very similar to Cult of Personality with CM Punk. And I think that Al Capone and whoever, God knows who else, is going to make a ton of money off that song.
Gotta have Al Capizzi walk him out for his championship celebration.
Already been discussed. It will happen.
I have a question back to WWE, and I haven't seen anything like this. And because it's on a network, I don't know if it's able to track it. But everybody says that WWE WrestleMania was, if not one of the best WrestleManias in history. Are there any metrics to support that?
Oh yeah, social metrics, the house.
But have we seen any? I think there was like some $21 million gate between the two nights. I think I remember hearing something about that, which is
WWE boasts. Yeah, they boast those numbers quite a bit. You could probably find those pretty easily, but that's why, like, usually they say this is the biggest WrestleMania in history, and this time it really was, especially just across all the views that were. Okay, and then also keep in mind, views mean money. So it's not like just, oh, we're going on views, but views mean money too, you know?
I got you, E-Rock. So NASDAQ, we got 5 minutes left. I put out a story. WrestleMania XL becomes the most successful event in WWE history. The gate broke a previous record. Viewership broke a record. Merchandise broke a record. Also, the sponsorship was the first ever ring match sponsorship for WWE. The fan event, WWE World of WrestleMania in partnership with Fanatics, is now the highest grossing and most attended fan event in company history. Social WrestleMania XL became the most socially viewed WrestleMania of all time, with over 660 million views consumed over 2 days. The YouTube saw its most viewed day channel in wrestling history, with more than 67 million views in 24 hours. The SmackDown and Raw drew the largest gates in Raw and SmackDown history. So. And even NXT Stand and Deliver, which was a Saturday night, was the most attended NXT event ever in NXT history. So they are printing money, is what you're telling me.
There you go. And Just to add on to that, it looks like NXT is headed to Vegas, and they're going to partner up with UFC for the first time ever. So they're going to have NXT along with UFC in some capacity together at like probably a big weekend coming up in Vegas. All right. Anyway, there's a lot coming up on Memphis Wrestling this Friday and Saturday on Action News 5 Plus. Also, you can check it out, and all the episodes absolutely free. YouTube.com/@Memphis Wrestling. The American Males are coming to Memphis Wrestling, and the card is
American Males.
American Males, and the card is absolutely loaded. Check this out.
Join us for Memphis Wrestling Live. Next Friday, May 3rd, Memphis Wrestling returns to West Carroll for a huge fundraiser benefiting the West Carroll Touchdown Club. Save $2 when you purchase your tickets in advance. Sunday, May 5th, WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Plus, the Bagwell and Scotty Riggs along with GCW World Champion Blake Christian. Thursday, May 9th, don't miss Bump and Grind Wrestling 2 at Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis, featuring James Ellsworth, Beer City Bruiser, and more. Saturday, May 18th, Dustin and Maria invite you to their gender reveal event. It's free. Reserve your seat and pick your side, blue or pink. Sunday, June 2nd, Kick Cash is coming to Memphis Wrestling. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back. You saw what we've got going on. May is absolutely loaded. E-Rock, what's going on this weekend with you?
Shoot, Ethan's T-ball games. The T-ball Braves out there trying to stay undefeated. Keep Ethan's hit streak alive. Batting 1,000. I'm telling you, this kid is hitting ropes, man.
When's the baby due?
About 3 to 4 weeks. May 25th.
All right. That's big news. Put it on the calendar, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Walker, baby, you are up. What's going on this weekend?
We have so all season for me is a little different than you, Eric. I can kind of like breathe for a second now. So I really don't have much. I know there's a EYBL is coming to Memphis. Their first session is this weekend at the Memphis Sports and Event Center. So I'll be there all weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe. And
Go check out their Ninja Warrior course, man. It's dope.
I'll do that for sure, and I'll be watching wrestling, bro. I'm always watching wrestling, no matter what I'm doing. I'm watching wrestling.
He's E-Rock Eric McMahon for Devin Walker, baby. Bam, Dustin Starr, sing.
I like that, Devin.
So long, everybody.
Hey, if you do thumbs up, fireworks happen?
No.
Devin, it does.